Hey guys, got me some nice coffee, which I think I want to go back to the mushroom Lion Maid's coffee because I don't really have the jitters like I do when I drink the usual. So as you guys can see, I am headed to school. Hey, real quick, small business owners, if your website isn't getting you clients, make sure you listen. I'm a new web designer and I focus primarily on conversion-focused websites, including Canva and Wix Studios. But don't worry, I will be expanding out to much more sooner. My entire goal is really to turn the visitors into paying customers. That's one of the things that really matter, right? So if this sounds good to you, make sure you also take a look at my website to look at my portfolio. And I look forward to working soon. Bye. I go to school every Monday and it's 4 hours long, so that's that. Class is gonna be class. There's no exam today, but we do have our first exam next week. So I am trying to get my head in the game for that. You know, the exams are the exams and they're not gonna change anything for little old me. And they don't give points back. They don't do any of those things. I did a video just pretty much warning soon-to-be nurses like myself or new grad nurses that we need to, ooh, hold on, give me a second. I'm going over these bumpy roads. Crap. I know y'all heard and felt that. But pretty much I was telling new grad nurses and people that soon to be nurses like myself to please transition and transition fast, because there's nothing worse. I mean, there are things worse, but there's nothing more worse than talking to these seasoned nurses who've been nursed for over 15, 20 years. And they hate their unit, they hate bedside, but they're not doing anything about it. That be like the worst for me. And I have came across that a lot, guys. I have at a lot of different clinical rotation sites I've been to. I typically ask the nurse throughout the day, like I don't just start it off like that, but I kind of read the room and eventually ask them how long they've been a nurse and do they like this unit. And I always ask them that, especially if it's in med-surg, because I know I can't stand med-surg. You know, and I don't see anybody in med-surg that really genuinely looks happy anyway. Now, you may find 1 or 2 people that actually love med-surg, and I love that for them. But the majority, the vast majority don't. So I always like to ask them, you know, how long they've been a nursing, do they like this unit, and da-da-da-da. And odds are they say no. And I say all that to say, guys, they say no, but they're still in the unit 20 plus years later, whether it's just med-surg or bedside as a whole. You know, and I hate seeing that for anybody. I really do. Because I know that in this world, we all got choices. And whatever choice we make is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to knock on our door and say, hey, Susie, do you want to have a remote job? Do you want to go into the operational side of nursing? Do you want to leave bedside? Do you want to be remote? Like, nobody's going to do that. It's up to us to, how much gas is here? Oh, it went down. I'll go here. They're not really going to be asking us that in the hindsight. They're not going to. That's not really how life works. You know, if you want something, you got to go for it. And I know that. So I just said all that to say in my video, I was just urging people like me that's in my boat, please, if you feel like you don't want to be on bedside for X amount of years, please make that come to fruition. Like, don't get stagnant. Don't stop while you're in med-surg, a unit that you hate because of whatever reasons, because we can all come up with excuses, right? But if something is really that bad, if something is that bad enough, trust me, you'll get out of it. You'll find your ways to get out of it. So that's all I really wanted to say. I'm just pulling up at this gas station. Gas is $4.19. Still high as hell, but listen, what can you do? As soon as I drive off the lot, it's gonna go down maybe like about 2 notches anyway. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna give them $35, which is more than enough on regular gas prices to fill my tank. But let's see how much it is. I hate paying with cash because if it does take less than $35, I gotta go back in and get my change and all that stuff. But anyways, I'll be right back. It's really just the anxiety and uncertainty of what if, you know, I already didn't make it in this class once, you know, I don't know, it just came over me. Maybe the coffee has something to do with it. you know. And then to add, not insult to injury, but just to pack on to it, it's like, yeah, the ladies are nice in this class. Yes, 2 of them I was in class with early on in the program, but then we later separated. But it's kind of like, I don't have my girls with me, you know, to kind of like fall back on. But I got to realize, Sierra, you came in this nursing program alone and you're going to leave alone on one end. And on the other end is also like, well, Sierra, you spent, what, 2 years with these ladies? You know, you could surely stick out 2 more classes without them, especially because it ain't going to change anything. I never realized how much this would affect me, but I think more than that is just uncertainty in this class. You know, everything is really relatively the same as far as like, okay, you got to do your EDAPs, you got to do, you know, you got 3 exams that's heavily weighted. It's just the fear of failing again. It's that fear. And then immediately after, it's my whole work situation, because that ties into school a lot because of obvious reason. It's tuition, you know, especially the school I go to. They're not playing about their money. I have seen them drop people out of class for being dropped from clinicals, all of that. I just want to get out of this school. Anyways, let me call my babe before I go into class, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, hey. Welcome to another video. Like, I need to change my mindset. Okay, so today we have, and I hope it's not too low, today we have our first exam, and I'm shitting bricks. Oh, man, because a lot is on the line, you know. So anyways, let me get my stuff together. I'm about to go downstairs. I was contemplating drinking coffee because I'm like, with the way I feel, is coffee going to exacerbate it? Sorry, I was saying if coffee is going to exacerbate it, you know, or if I just drink just a little bit, just enough for me to remain focused, would that help? Because it is a 4-hour class and the exam is 100 questions long. So I also don't want to be like zoning out mentally because I didn't take any coffee. So yeah, follow me in the car. I will link back up with you guys. All right, I made it, guys. I made it. It is 5:14. I need a pee so bad, but that's because I drank some coffee. All right, bye. I finished my exam. I'll let you guys know what I got. I kind of don't know what to feel. I feel like I already know I got some wrong. I just hope that I didn't get, let me fix this. I hope I didn't get too much wrong, okay? But I'm sure I got some wrong, but I'll pick back up with y'all soon. All right, peace. Vulnerable moment about that soon, but in the beginning, that is what I did. I would work.